All right, welcome everyone to episode number lucky 7. Talk some Rasslin with Randiesel300, and I am here with a very special guest, a very famous rock star named Boss BlackR, and I'm really surprised that he even took the time out of his busy schedule. Who knows what town he's even in? Boss, thank you for joining.
So, I guess I'm here out of the kindness of my heart because my record label said Krang Magazine wanted an interview with me and they wanted to put it on their website. So, and here you showed up with the link and I'm here. So I'm already on camera. I've got the glasses on. I've got the beanie on. Just ask me some questions, Randy, before.
All right,
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm upset, but I'm not that upset. You've actually caught me in a pretty good mood. Let's see if we can keep it that way.
All right, well, let's start. I like how I'm talking into Michael Myers like he's a microphone. But anyway, let's you got Michael too? Let's start off on the right foot, boss. First of all, I just want to give you a huge props because at the Christmas Chaos Rumble, you proved that you are a legitimate rock star. And if it wasn't for the Sultan Enterprises and his goons, you might have had a chance of pulling off a victory that night. So my hat's off to you for that one.
No, it's not. It's still on. But the fact of the matter is, the Christmas Chaos Rumble, 17 minutes, baby. 17 minutes. And they make fun of me saying I can't go 5 minutes in a match. I went 17 minutes. I even eliminated Big Salvador Yacht Club.
You did. You had an impressive showing. I'm being honest with you. I was very impressed. And I think that the Sultan Enterprises is missing out by not giving you an opportunity, because from the way I look at it, his goons, they don't try half as hard as you do to please him. So, I think he could take some lessons, and it would be nice for him to actually add somebody with the heart and the soul of Boss BlackR into his enterprises. But speaking of enterprises, I couldn't help but notice one of your fellow BLE brethren, Jason Hastings, is back on the scene in Next Level Pro Wrestling as a member of the Yacht Club. So maybe have you been hitting up Commodore? Does he have a need for Boss BlackR? Because at least Jason might put a good word in for you.
I don't think so. Me and Hastings, in the wrestling multiverse, as they call it, it doesn't matter. Me and Hastings has a problem. We have a big problem. Whether it's CWA, whether it's TWF, whether it's Blacklist Pro, or Next Level. Yes, Jason and I, we acknowledged each other at the Christmas Chaos Rumble. But that was before
You're right.
All the crap went down. Am I allowed to cuss on this podcast?
You sure can, boss. And who's going to stop you? Me?
Okay, so when all the shit went down at CWA, I gave him his props at the Christmas Chaos Rumble. But the fact of the matter is, at Next Level Pro Wrestling, Hastings just better stay out of my way. I have more to say about him later.
I bet you do. Yeah. So tell me, speaking of CWA, tell me a little bit more about what went down over there, because you are apparently the head of, I don't want to get the name wrong, so please, no, I'm going to stop now. You, Cristo, and Tuco.
Two legitimate heavy metal pro wrestling contenders right there. CWA Tag Team Champions, The Rocker, Cristo, Tuco Montez, the legitimate rock star Boss BlackR, the front man of the Slade. Now, this all came together because we were sick and tired of just being low on the totem pole. Yes, Tuco and Cristo won the tag team titles, which means they are at the top of the echelon, which means the front man, Boss BlackR, is next. And the best way to get at the top of the escalon is to take out the top of the escalon, and that is Jason Hastings. Now, the heavy metal supremacy has begun on January 4th, and we're going to take over. We are not your three-man band, but we are a cult of metal, and we invite all comers to be a part of us. So let me tell you a little bit about Jason Hastings. Oh, that little scumbag, that little ass kisser. You know what he does? Whether it's CWA or Next Level or Blacklist or wherever he's at, he is good with the promoters there. And when I mean good, let's just say he does a lot of little butt kissing when he's there, okay? So why do you think he's at the top of every card? Why do you think he is where he is? Why he's a multiple-time champion? Why people just seemingly hand him and that little idiot savant, Trip Rogers, titles everywhere they go? Answer that.
I can't. I have no explanation. Trip Rogers is a mystery. I don't understand how he's even allowed in public, let alone in a wrestling ring, let alone at the top of any card. I have your
I thought you would know. You're his brother, right?
His brother. Yes. We're not sure if his mother is my aunt or if my aunt is his mother. We haven't really figured it out yet, but we are somehow related.
Well, if Trip Rogers could ever make it through a match without getting injured, that'd be great.
Yeah, if I could ever make it through a podcast without being injured, that would be great.
All right, I'll give that to you. You know, every time you get a podcast on, you either have a seizure or you pass out or something. So,
yes,
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one, Randy.
It's
Randy.
True. So I see you have an open challenge set for this Saturday at Next Level Pro, Baptized in Blood. What are you hoping to accomplish with this?
The open challenges are merely there as a way to keep me relevant at Next Level Pro Wrestling, which is ridiculous, by the way. Do you see anybody else on that roster gaining the exposure that Boss BlackR has been getting? Do you see anybody else on that roster who has the web hits, the video hits? The Boss BlackR is viral, baby. It doesn't matter where I'm at, man. But at Next Level Pro Wrestling, they try to hold me down. And you know what? I've never lost a match, ever. So I don't know why they just keep holding me down and not putting me on the card. They just say, well, if you want to do an open challenge, you know, we'll just give you whoever. But you know what? I've done so many open challenges at this point. Let's just make it real. This Saturday, January 25th, at the WrestlePlex in Sacramento, I'm going to turn on my little promoter hat here. Why do you think they call me the boss? I want the best of the best. I want the most decorated. I want the biggest. I want the baddest. And I want the most talented to meet me in the ring and face me one-on-one. And if Next Level Pro Wrestling can't do that, then we're going to have one big problem.
All right, noted. So speaking of Next Level, let's stay on there. After your Battle Royal debacle when Sultan Enterprises completely screwed you out of what could have been a huge victory for you, have you given up on trying to please the Sultan? Are you still wanting a shot in his little stable?
Okay, so come here a little closer. I got a little secret for you. Here's why I'm trying to appease the Sultan and join the Sultan Enterprises. And I'll tell you what. Here's why I joined pro wrestling. Are you listening?
I hear you.
There's no money in music anymore. Lars Ulrich was right. He was right to sue Napster. He was right to make sure that musicians get their money. And guess what? Metallica lost out. Because here we are today making pennies upon pennies on streams, on Spotify, on Pandora. So even though I'm here at the legitimate manor, it's not what it used to be. I used to have a 27 bedroom home with 3 spa rooms. I had a 50-yard pool. I had a fountain. I had 6 Maseratis. Now I have a moderate family home in the suburbs. Ugh. But here's the thing. The Sultan has money. Has lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money. So being a part of the Sultan Enterprises may not look so great on the surface, but when you join them, there is a very lucrative contract that will get my butt back on the top, baby. And that's what I'm trying to do.
You trying to get that escalator fixed?
Mm-hmm. The escalator. Oh, man. I haven't thought about the escalator in a while. You know, you really got to come to the house and invite your brother. Maybe I can push you guys down some stairs or something.
Definitely. I'll invite my brother and I'll just stay home. But you and Trip can have a fiesta. I would never go anywhere with the both of you. That would just be asking for trouble.
Trip Rogers. How that man continues to win championships and keep championships.
And wear onesies. Is it a onesie, boss? Now that you've been deep into the faction and then released yourself, you know, now that you're free of the brainwash that goes on in the BLE, is it a onesie?
You know, Randy, I'm still convinced it's battleware.
All right, I do like that. Battle gear, his battle gear.
Battle gear, battleware. I mean, you got to have, you know, when you go into battle, you don't just wear armor. You got to have something underneath it, right?
Right.
Well, obviously, you can't wear armor in a pro wrestling ring. That is his thing underneath. Now, I'm not defending Trip Rogers, but I am saying it is not a onesie.
All right. That's no fun.
Sorry. You know,
so
like
you said you can't wear battle gear while you're wrestling, but I think Dave Reckoning says otherwise. I would like to add, why is Dave Reckoning allowed to wear a mesh helmet into the battle? I've been asking the referees this question. They can't tell me anything. I didn't know if you had some insight being a legit rock star. Why does he get away with this?
I did watch your episode with the Jamie Shark earlier, and I have to say, I'm not sure he can tell you much, and I'm not sure how much Ambien he has taken before that interview, but for Dave Reckoning to wear what he wears, I don't know. I mean, it might be cool in like a death metal band, but to get headbutted by it, which I have been, it's not fun. But I think there's like some biology and science attached to that where, you know, it's condensed to the point where, I don't know, referees allow it to happen. Wrestling promotions allow it to happen. So what am I to say what's in and what's not? I mean, as long as he's not bringing an actual like chainsaw into the ring.
Oh, yeah. No, but yeah, they wouldn't do that. Nobody would go that far.
No.
That would just be too much.
Yeah, I faced that guy.
I was there.
Yeah, he's quite the monster. He scared the crap out of me, I'll tell you that. You know, like I was talking to the crowd, telling them how great I was and having them agree with me. And I turn around and he pops me right in the mouth. Who does
it was
that?
Uncalled for. It was uncalled for. Yeah, that was a good match. You man. But even when you go one-on-one, you can't catch a break, boss. You either get Christina Von Eerie coming out and just, I don't know. I mean, I know you won't strike a woman. I know you're you know, you have many, you're a man of many morals. So that just put your back against the corner. There's nothing you could do against Christina. So you graciously let her walk all over you. And then you finally get Amanda to accept the challenge, and he brings a chainsaw, Leatherface, Hey, can you just get an opponent that's like fair game?
And that's what I'm talking about this Saturday at Next Level Pro Wrestling. I want the best of the best. I want the most talented. I want the HBKs of Next Level. I want the Bret Harts of Next Level. Hell, give me the freaking Goldbergs or the Giants, or give me somebody worth their weight in salt.
Mm. You know, I noticed the Godfather of Swole. He doesn't have anything scheduled for this Saturday. What if he answers your challenge? Would that be appropriate for you?
Oh,
Will you up to that challenge?
the Godfather of Swole? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he
I
might
can't
be
wait to
available.
slap him again.
I maybe I could slip him a $20 bill to answer your question, answer your challenge.
The Godfather of Swole, you know, he plays this good all around, like I'm this very super nice dude, and you know everybody loves me, and but he's not arrogant. But you know what? I'll tell you what though, he is arrogant. Those muscles get to his head. He thinks he's a perfect match for anybody. He thinks that he is God's gift to pro wrestling when he's barely God's gift to his own son.
Man, so you're on Rockstar. Well, of course you're on Rockstar Ghost side. He's a rock star. Well, so he says.
He's no rock star. He's just a kid with a microphone.
He's barely a rapper.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, Randy. You know, it doesn't take a. I mean, you out of all people, you hit the play button. So does he. He goes over there and he presses the space bar on the keyboard, and boom, he's got music, and he's got a microphone. The best thing he can do is remember some words to go with the music.
I can't even do that much, so I'll stop. You know, I only do other people's karaoke songs, and I know that would appall you. I don't want to say karaoke around Boss BlackR because it probably makes you vomit. But yeah, that's the extent of my musical talent. So, yeah, you are a legit rock star. Uh, let's change subjects. We don't want to talk about your open challenge anymore. What's going on? Who do you got? Next Level Pro main event. You got Sean Sims defending his heavyweight championship against the all-powerful Blacklight. Who does Boss BlackR got?
Oh man, that's such an easy answer. Who does Boss BlackR got? Boss BlackR has the king of Monster Island, Sean Sims. You know why? Because the man is a legitimate monster. The man is a decorated human being. And what is Blacklight? You know what? Let me tell you what Blacklight is. Back in the day, I knew these individuals who would call themselves RLSs. You ever heard about that?
No.
RLSs are called real life superheroes. And you know what they do? They dress up in goofy superhero gear and they wander around the streets of like Oakland and San Francisco and Richmond, and they hand out socks and toothpaste, and they say, "Oh, I'm a superhero because I help the homeless and I help the community." And no, you're just a freaking nerd. Go home, reevaluate your life, Blacklight. Superheroes aren't real. And comic books are where they belong. Maybe you should go get drawn by Guy Zielinski and start your own comic book, because pro wrestling and superheroes just don't mix, baby. Sean Sims for the win.
What's up with that? I beg to differ. There's a couple superheroes that belong in wrestling. Blacklight is going to be the new heavyweight champ.
Okay.
And when he beats Sean Sims, are you going to accept that he must be a real superhero? If he can beat Sean Sims.
Tell you what, if Blacklight defeats Sean Sims, I will let you chop me.
Well, that's no fun. My chops, you probably have stronger chops from a pile of weeds. But anyway, All right, boss. So what else you got going on? I know you got another event going Sunday. You're entering another Rumble.
Yes. So I am going to be a part of the Pro Championship Wrestling, the PCW up north in Oroville. I am joining their last man standing Royal Rumble style match.
Yeah, I think we might try to make it out for that. So haven't been to a PCW show before, but I heard the legitimate Rockstar was going to be a part of it. To be honest, I was like, hey, after what he did in the Christmas Chaos Rumble, let's all swoop up, pile up the car, and see if we can make it down to PCW.
I'll tell you what, Randy, PCW is legit in production. It's kind of like you're walking into AEW, right? You know, the production value is great. They got cameras, they got giant video screens, they got music. It's everything is just cranking and pumping. Like, and there's also like 100 or 200 people, so it's just like AEW.
Well, I'm excited to hear boss, boss, boss on the big loudspeaker with the big or big screen, Titantron, whatever you want to call it. It'll be cool. You have one of the best songs in the business. I love it. It gets me
Thank you.
excited, just saying. And every time it starts, we all know who's coming out, Boss BlackR. So, hey.
Hey, I will
you write
say,
that?
on a positive note, Randy, one of my favorite video moments that I go back, because I do watch your videos. You've been I'll give you some flowers here. I'll sprinkle some flowers on you.
Wow.
You've been very detrimental to the scene and allowing me to have videos out into the interwebs, and I got to thank you for that. But one of my favorite moments that you have captured and made eternal on YouTube is when I interrupted Chucky D's kid's birthday. So it makes me laugh every time. When I'm having a bad day, I watch that video and it brings me life, Randy. It brings me life because as soon as everyone's singing happy birthday and it gets to the crescendo and all of a sudden my music hits, boss, boss, boss. And then you exclaim in the background, oh my God. It brings me joy like no other. I'm like a kid at Christmas.
Yes, I remember that moment. That was awesome. And who wanted to watch Chucky D give his son a pair of shoes that probably won't fit? Like, no, you saved us all with your entertaining ways. So I thank you for that. Sorry if I had a bad reaction. You knew best. And I'm very excited to see what happens in this open challenge Saturday. Anything else you want to shout out from what we can expect from the WrestlePlex?
All I got to say is, Justin Caton, you need to afford me more opportunities. Why has Chino Gambino had more matches than me at Next Level Pro? Why is Jerry Gigolo? I mean, he's like what, 87 years old at this point? Why is Jerry Gigolo wrestling in main events? And being number 2 in the Christmas Chaos, being the number 2 guy left at the Christmas Chaos Rumble. Why do we have? I mean, who else is on the bill? Like, who has a polarizing presence other than me? You're dropping the ball, and you need to stop that right now. Stop it. Oh, did I lose you?
No, that looked like it was Tom. That looked like I thought Tom was coming into your screen, but it's just your thumb.
Oh, that melted pot of mashed potatoes.
I did pass your message on to him. He was very thrilled that I reminded him he was a melted pot of mashed potatoes. He had some choice words for you as well, but I will not repeat them to a legitimate rock star.
Thank you very much. And I don't know what else to say at this point, but all I know is 2025 is the year of the rock star, baby.
I'm not going to argue that point. I want to thank you, boss, for coming on. We're going to keep it short. I know you don't even know what town you're in. I know you're in
Oh no,
You're,
I'm at home. I'm
I
at the
know you're at
legitimate
home,
place.
but still, what town? Who knows? I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know which residency you're in right now. You're
Yeah.
in Florida. You have a home in Kansas, Colorado, Arizona.
How
I think
did
you have
you know
two
that?
here. I have sources. Facebook.
Okay.
I'm a
Okay.
Facebook stalker. I just check your location.
That's true. That's true.
When you're there for too long, I know you're either at a harem or you're at home.
Hey, what's the difference between heavy metal and pro wrestling?
I don't know.
The ladies in heavy metal are so much better looking than the ring rats.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that choice word of wisdom, and I will pass that on. And I can't, sir. I can't. I know I'm wasting your time, and I really thank you so much for even tolerating me for this long. And I'm sure you're going to let me hear it Saturday night. You're going to throw it all in my face, and we'll be back to normal. But I want to thank you for your generosity. Sorry that I had to lie to you, tell you it was for a magazine, when really it's just for my channel that nobody's going to watch. You're welcome.
Hey, I'm here, whatever. Just put it on the interwebs so people can hear my message.
Will do. Thank you for stopping by to talk some wrestling.